I am right behind you. If you don't come play with me, then we will kill you. I am right behind you.
His name was Dwayne. His name was Dwayne. Dwayne. And he came in the middle of the night. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. In the middle of the night, this stranger came. The fright he gave us, we will never be the same. The doors he tried, lost dogs did cry. I jumped up and ran to the door. I raised my fist and pounded on the door. Out of fear, I shouted, "Get out of here!" I stood firm and watched and waited. So did he. We both debated. I noticed his cloak. But wait. That's my blanket. Blanket. That's my blanket. Blanket. That's my blanket. Blanket. That's my blanket. Blanket. I almost choked. He turned to leave. I thought, I don't believe. My blanket he wore, of that I was sure. Away he went for a little bit, and then returned. He did for a second bit. To the garage, my husband went to see if the blanket was where it should be. Back to the house, my husband he came, only to run into the stranger again. My husband he cried,
Who are you?
Dwayne, he said. The blanket, he said.
Where did you get it?
Help a poor Jillian, Dwayne, he cried.
Hit the road.
My husband replied. Then out the gate, Dwayne was tossed. Serenity returned, but who could sleep? My husband dropped the blanket to the ground in a heap. Into the house my husband came, locking the door, muttering, "What a crying shame, shame. So off to bed, we thought we'll go. We'll check the locks so that we know Dwayne will not get into here, so we can sleep and have no fear. My husband, he took one last look, but lo and behold, Dwayne was near. That guy's behavior is very queer. Yeah, we sneak in there. In our backyard, again he came, wrapped up in our blanket. We cannot blame, for cold it was, and lost he seemed. We just stared and thought, is this a dream? To our swing he proceeded. Wrapped in the blanket, he was seated. Our hearts then broke, for our son he could be. But what could we do to help him with his need?
Yeah, we don't want to do anything to scare anybody, for that's the last thing we want to do.
The cops were called, and they came, and they convinced Dwayne this was no game. They said to Dwayne, out of the cold you must be. You have the wrong house, so come with me. So thankfully, Dwayne agreed, and he went peacefully. Remember Dwayne? You can forget. I'll finish the story. Of that you can bet. There's not much to tell. Except, although he was gone, and the blanket remained, our knowledge of him would be ingrained. Except, for under the blanket, an object was found. Nothing unusual, but unusual indeed. We knew that this object needed to be homeward bound. But the curiosity got the better of us. We opened it up, and to our surprise, that Dwayne had not told us any lies. Dwayne had children, a home address too. We did the right thing. We knew that to be true. And in that moment, there was something that we had to do. So to the cop shop my husband proceeded to give the boys in blue the info they needed. It's the end of the story for Dwayne and me, but not for the blanket. Just wait and you'll see. The blanket was in my car. How did that blanket get so far? Dwayne had gone into the garage and into my car. We adjusted the seat and proceeded to go to sleep. Every time I get in the car, I'm reminded of Dwayne, a blanket, and now I have a scar. End of story.